Scentland, the land of scent. Oh, hi, it's Chris, back with yet another fragrance review. And today, as you may notice if you're a long-time subscriber or friend of mine, there's something different. I'm wearing a hoodie, okay? This is the only hoodie I will ever wear and I will ever own, okay? But I love this piece of clothing. The first time I saw it, fell in love, and ever since, we are, which was not a long time ago, but I truly love this for some reason. I don't know, we kind of fit together, okay? But it's the only hoodie that you will ever in history will see me wearing, okay? And so I thought that, you know, since it's hoodie afternoon for me here, I would like to pair this up with a fragrance that I think has some similar energies and vibes to it, okay? And there is one that I like tremendously from the house of John Richmond, okay? John Richmond, a house that's fairly new. The first fragrance released in 2009. Well, okay, it's another 13 years down the line, okay? And this particular one, Richmond X Man, released in 2014. There was a female woman's version as well. We're going to be concentrating on Richmond X Man, released in 2014. Comes in this wonderful box here. Simple, straightforward. It gives you what's inside. It's not a tester one. This is how actually the box looks like, okay? And so, before anything else, today is not pasta day, okay? Today is Indian. I have some fantastic, nice naan already prepared with some chicken karahi, basmati rice, and some raita as well. So, there's lots of good stuff on the table. I'm gonna make it ready here, and after the review, I'm gonna hit it straight and chin chin with a nice Cabernet Sauvignon Barrique from the house of Attila Gere, Villagne, Hungary, 2017 vintage. Okay, so enough indulgence in regards to food and beverages. Let's take a look at the fragrance. Right, 2014 is the year, and this should be, in regards to the marketing, you had a young couple in the marketing that were embracing each other, and like a girl and a guy in their 20s, and this was being set in a very urban setting with almost like a New York or Chicago skyline in the background. Okay, so this should not necessarily appeal to a 49-year-old like me, but let me tell you, it does appeal to me a lot. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. First of all, classification. This is a woody, modern, aromatic fougere fragrance, okay? Straight ahead. And that's already very interesting. Not much of a sweetness in here. There's some fruitiness going on due to a combination of some lemon, and also I feel some bergamot and tiny bit of pineapple, not Aventus. No Aventus vibes here, okay? Just a tiny bit of this type of freshness paired up with a punchy black pepper at the start, as well as a classy, nice, yet modern, energetic lavender, giving it a tremendous backbone. Okay, you have some woodiness in there, cedar wood, maybe some patchouli in there, but most above all, what really fascinates me about this fragrance, and I have to highlight that big time, is the cypriol oil, also known as nagarmota, which is a cypriol oil, which is an ingredient, a note that is very deeply woody, earthy, green, mossy smelling. Okay, now you could say that this is a very affordable fragrance. You can get this at like $20 or something. Okay, and then it's marketed to all these young guys, and they're supposedly not as sophisticated in regards to fragrances. They just want to have an easy grab and then spray themselves and then hit the city to have a party. So you would say, okay, based on that marketing, the structure of this fragrance done by Mylène Arlan, as far as I know, um, is fairly, you know, simple, and it is not, because it's complex, and the quality of the ingredients is very, very, it's really surprisingly good. Yes, it has a modern fougere aspect and mood and vibe to it, much like Karl Lagerfeld for him. But where there you have this apple, very synthetic apple there, um, and lavender there as well. Um, Here it's, I feel it's a bit um, more mossy and herbal. Still, this is not your haute parfumerie. It's not your Guerlain. It's not your Dior quality. Okay, that's what I want to get across. But it's still very appealing, and why? Because it has an energy level to it that I totally adore. And I get back to the cypriol oil Nagarmota base that I absolutely find superb, because it smells earthy, herbal, mossy, and extremely appealing, and you can detect it so clearly. What you can detect in this fragrance is the black pepper, or the fruits, especially to me the bergamot, the lavender, and most above all in the dry down, actually already starting from the mid phase towards the dry down, the cypriol oil Nagarmota, this beautiful herbal, mossy, earthy, woody feeling, which it's almost medicinal. It's almost to a stage where you smell this and you say, well, this smells like some sort of medicine for that you inhale when you have a cold or a cough or COVID. You know, that's how it smells to that extent. And this is what I applaud, because in 2014, John Richmond could have gone for some sweet Aventus clone or Bleu de Chanel clone or whatever shit was around at the time. No, they said we're going to introduce the cypriol oil Nagarmota note in the base of this fragrance, and it's going to elevate the entire composition to a fantastic standalone level, and the overall performance enhances that. It's an eau de toilette and it performs accordingly. Okay, the Silogen projection are fairly strong, I have to say, especially at the beginning, and then the development goes slightly slowly toward the dry down with this fantastic earthy mossy cypriol oil Nagarmota note at the very end, where it becomes a skin scent that pleases mostly the wearer, okay, at that time. But if you spray enough, I tend to overspray this underneath the shirt 8-10 times, then it evaporates constantly and creates this earthy mossy aura around you. Mind-blowingly good. Honestly, I've smelled hundreds of fragrances, maybe thousands of fragrances. I have 400 or 500 fragrances in my collection. A cypriol note, earthy and mossy, as well done as here, I have not really come across. This smells, if you want to really compare it to me, like a combination of Lagerfeld for him, which has a huge sort of energetic, modern fougere, kind of, okay, synthetic, but still appealing quality, and Issey Miyake Bleu from 2004, I think it was, which has this herbal twist to it. It's not blue smelling at all, and it's this fragrance is as if these two collide. Okay, fantastic, but very much again not a copy, a very standalone, a great fragrance. And again, I cannot highlight how well the cypriol oil is done here in the base with this herbal and mossy aspect, but also the lavender in a modern fougere way, beautifully paired up. It has a bit of a rough edge to it. Okay, so again, don't expect fine niche quality parfumerie Van Cleef & Arpels or whatever. You know, it's not that one. No, but it's young at heart. It's well blended. It's stylish. It's energetic. Okay, you will feel the punch of this fragrance. Okay, and it's really uplifting. It's great for a night out. Fantastic. It really boosts your energy. It feels very manly. It's very much out there. And this medicinal Nagarmota cypriol oil background or basement gives it a medicinal touch that calms your senses. It's cool. That's what I want to say. It's cool. This fragrance is the epitome of a modern, young, energetic, fougere, cool fragrance. Okay? And I can only applaud the John Richmond brand for having the courage, not going for a sweet, messed up something, but putting a lot of notes together. You can read it up on Fragrantica, and you know, bringing a certain good, not high, but good quality to the table. Again, you have to see price versus quality. This doesn't sell at $220. This sells at $20. Okay, so what do you expect? Okay, so lower your expectations and keep an open mind toward fragrances that are actually inexpensive, because they can be bloody good, as this one. So I use this. It boosts me. It gives me an energy levels that you cannot imagine. And it smells very, very individual. It's nothing that I can compare this. I was trying to give you some comparisons to other fragrances, but in the end, this very much stands on its own feet, and it makes me feel great. And it makes me feel at 49, makes me feel like I really can compete there. Okay, not necessarily boxing wise, although I started boxing sessions recently. Maybe this is also why the hoodie comes into play. But in general, it's young at heart, but it has a backbone, an aromatic fougere modern backbone that speaks to an old guy like me, with an open and honest heart. Okay, and I applaud this. I love this fragrance. Is it inexpensive? Totally inexpensive. Is it a bit rough around the edges? Yeah. Is it, marketed a little bit cheesy with a girl and a boy in the city skyline? Yeah. Do I give a toss? No. Does it smell good? Yeah. Does it help? Does it make me happy? Yeah. Does it lift my energy levels? Yes. So, honestly, when I smelled this, it gave me a similar, and I kid you not, it gave me a similar energy level to when I first smelled Lagerfeld Photo in 1991. That is the extent. That fragrance has a fruity and lemony, aldehyde, lavender background and mossy background to it, which a little bit is present here. I feel, at least. Okay, so and Lagerfeld Photo is one of my favorite fragrances ever. So keep that in mind when approaching John Richmond X-Man, because this has power, this has punch, and this is something that makes me happy, and I hope it will make you happy. And it even gets me to a point where I wear a hoodie for a fragrance review. Never done it before, never will again. But thank you very much. This was a great pleasure, and now I'm going to enjoy my Indian. Well deserved after all this talk. Thanks very much. This was Chris from Scentland with John Richmond X-Man. Okay? Thanks very much. See you soon for yet another fragrance review.